Call halal Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rakakwadash. Call means all. Halal means praises. Yahweh is the Hebrew name for who the world calls God the Most High. Bahashem is Hebrew, translated to the English means in the name. And Yahweh Shai is the Hebrew name of who the world calls Christ. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone GMS. Peace and mercy and blessings to the Lord's elect, beginning with the 144,000. And to all Akim across the four corners of the earth, I pray that peace and mercy is given and bestowed upon you and all those that believe. But this is the brother Halal from the Great Millstone branch, here in Chicago. And this lesson is going to go into, the Trump inauguration and what this represents. Being that we're now, in the iron mixed with clay that is talked about in the book of Daniel. Or the restored Roman Empire, which represents what? America, a.k.a. Babylon the Great. So I'm going to read some of these orders. And it says, tracking Trump's executive orders, what he signed so far. And it says, President Trump began his pledge to give America a Make America Great Again makeover on Monday. Salaki, let me turn this brightness down a little bit. Salaki, turn this brightness down. It says, Monday taking a slew of executive actions to walk back Biden-era's policies and fulfill bold campaign promises. So Trump is trying to bring, an entirely new era, so to speak, in America, which includes mass deportations. He said that there's going to only be two genders, which that's a damn shame that has to be something that has to actually be issued in the form of a law, which really just shows you the times that we're in right now. But in the second paragraph, it says, Trump's radical expansion of executive power will dramatically change life for millions of people if the orders withstand the barrage of legal challenges that are already coming. And one of the things that Donald Trump brought forth is that if you put your man on child support, which let me look that one up. Got to find out the full details on it. Something to do with child support and taxes. Salaki, bear with me, Aki. But if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he said that, if child support is given, that the women can no longer receive tax returns or something along those lines. So, Donald Trump is laying down the law, and he's going to really try hard to make America great again. But too bad, this is the end of Babylon the Great. So we're going to start this off with the book of Daniel, chapter 7 and verse 23. And it says, Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are the 10 kings which shall arise, and another shall arise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and shall subdue all 3 kings. So the 4 beasts in the scriptures, the first beast represents the Babylonian Empire. The second beast represents the Medo-Persian Empire, which came after that. The third represents the realm of Greece, or the Greeks, and the fourth is the Roman Empire. But I'm going to go down to verse, you know what? No, I don't think this is the one I was looking for, Salakia. Salakia, yeah, Daniel 8 and 23, it says, And in the latter time of the kingdom, when the transgressors are come to full, a king of fierce countenance and understanding dark sentences shall stand up. And this is talking about Antiochus Epiphanes, but as we know, the scriptures are manifold, which means they can apply to many different topics and can very well apply to, Donald Trump today. and what he's trying to do in his campaign to make America great again. But I'm going to read verse 25, and it says, and through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. And Donald Trump came with a lot of pride. He said a lot of prideful things, man. Going into the assassination attempt, in which that shooter, shot at his ear, he proclaimed that God allowed him to survive in order to make America great again, which is a very prideful and bold statement. So the scripture said what? He would magnify himself, man. And through his policy, he would cause craft to prosper at his hand. Now let's read some more of these executive orders. It says Trump declared an emergency at the U.S.-Mexico border, vowing to employ troops to the region, including the National Guard. So there are troops, starting down here in Chicago that are going to be doing a lot of deporting, doing a lot of mass deportations, sending people back to South America and Mexico and so on. He also instructed the Secretaries of Defense and Homeland Security to construct additional border barriers. Trump designed certain international cartel organizations such as Tren de Agua and MS-13 as foreign terrorist organizations and announced plans to invoke the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 to target them. So Trump is targeting, the cartel, and the rest of those Northern Kingdom gangs. But Trump is talking about doing mass deportations. Women that put their men on child support can no longer receive tax returns. He's laying down the law, but what is that ultimately going to lead to? This is the book of 2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra chapter 9 and verse 9. And it says, he answered me and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. Because that's the job of us being men of Yahweh Shem Yahshai and being the watchmen of the house of Israel. We have to measure the time. And we know that we are in the end of the last days. And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, because what Donald Trump is making to pass is going to cause a lot of uproars among the people. And many people, especially these women, because we all know if Kamala Harris would have gotten elected, that these women would have been uplifted further above what they're already at, man. They would have been uplifted to a higher level than they ever had been before. Being that the first the first female president would have been in office. But let's read verse 4. It says, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like as all that is made in the world has the beginning and the end is manifest. Even so, the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. And these are the times that we're in. We're seeing that the Most High is visiting the earth, being that there are many earthquakes, natural disasters, and uproars of the people. And if you're not looking into the news, it'll almost be as though nothing is happening. But just because it's not happening to you doesn't mean that it's not happening to somebody else. And I'll end this off with the book of Habakkuk. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, and verse 2. And it says, and the Lord, matter of fact, I start at verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower and will watch to see what he will say unto me and what I shall answer when I am reproved. That's right. Back in the ancient world, you had what? You had the watchman that sat upon a high tower with a telescope or an instrument to see far distances and measure and see whether or not an invasion is happening. Verse 2, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And this vision, although it seems like, it's taking a long time for it to happen, eventually the Lord is going to make it happen. Because one day to the Lord is 1,000 years to us. So I hope this lesson was edifying. And with that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh by Shem Shai by Shem Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone GMS. Shalom, and I'll see you all on the next lesson.